Come back. Okay. We will go through areas first. Only we will come back to the problem that I want to explain later. Right? Which is your big mass over here. Okay. Anyone give me a number for areas? Give me a number. Like 3 is a big or small. Okay. Let me use maybe 86. Okay. 86 in decimal. What is 86 in binary? Calculators are not allowed in your exam. So how do you convert it into binary if calculators are not allowed in your exam? Right. So if the one get you actually have to do this, which I assume all of you will be able to do it. Yes? No? Because if you can't do this, right, you will lose 3 marks at least in your final exam. Okay? So 10101110. Is it correct? 10101110. Okay. So imagine your past year exam question. We will give you a decimal number and we will ask you to convert into binary. How will you convert it? We give you a decimal number and we ask you to convert into alias. 3 marks. And you should show every set. Okay? Afterwards, you need to type this out. How will you type it out? Okay? First thing first, you need to type out from decimal into binary. Is this part clear? Right. But how do you type the underscore of code in your exam? How do you type it? Right? How you type the, what is the name? The sub character. I'm not sure if ESM have it or not, but a way I usually type is underscore. Okay, right? So I use the underscore to denote it. Or another way for you to write it is you can write binary of 86 equals to blah blah. Okay, you see which one is faster. Is this right here? Right, you can actually write binary of 86 in such a way. Now, the main concept of alias is you actually have 2 important components. Right? Your first component will be your binary, and your second component will be your what? Your second component will be your length. Okay? So here is how many bits? It's 7 bits. So my length is actually 7. Okay? I will get my length minus 1. Right? So now it's 6 decimal. If I want to convert into binary, it is what? 110. And now I have a length of 3. Right? Then minus 1, 2 decimal in binary is 10, which is a length of 2. Right? And then minus 1 decimal is actually 1, 2, which is a length of 1, and I should be finished. Okay? Then what is my final alias encoding? The length itself need to begin with 0. Right? And you go backwards. So the answer will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and finally the last one, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Right? And this is what you need to do in your final exam, right? Where you should get, like, in my opinion, this is worth 1 mark. 1 mark, right? 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, total 3 marks. It's one of your easiest question ever. If you mess up this question, I see you at Sunway. Right? It's one of your easiest question ever. Okay. Now, your exam may also ask you the opposite. So, how do you decode Elias? How could you decode Elias? Anyone? Again, you begin from left to right. If the bit is 0 means it is a length, you flip it into 1. Right? Right? If it's 0, you flip it into 1. And then you just reverse the entire process, which I will not go through it with you, right? Because it's already in my video. Now, what I want to go through is actually more from the programming point of view. Number one, if you were to use the Python binary function, right? What is your complexity? The problem with the Python binary function is it actually output a bit swing. And in other words, if you do bit swing in your assignment, you're going to lose a lot of marks. Because every bit in a bit swing is actually 1 byte. Right? So I've seen people who get encoder, after get encode, right, the file becomes bigger, much bigger. Right? And the reason is they literally encode it as a bit swing. Right? So I can open it with notepad, I see ones and zeros. Right? I feel like I'm in the matrix. Right? I can see ones and zeros. So in other words, should you use this function here? You don't. You don't actually need to. Why not? Because 86 in Python is already the following in binary. Right? It's already the following in binary. What you need to do is to operate purely in binary. Right? So, how do you operate purely in binary? Right? Imagine, right? I already have the following. I want to append this in. How do I append it in? I will need to shift how many times? Shift left 7 times and put it in. How do I know I have to shift left? You need to log the number to the base of code. Is this fun? Right? Even when I say it out loud, right, I feel like vomiting blood because it is not fun. Okay? So, shift left. Let's go shift left. Let's go shift left first. Go have everything at 0, and then you perform an OR operation to put this in. So it's shift left and OR. Shift left will make it longer. Shift right will make it shorter. But again, this is not fun, right? No, left. You shift left, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. When you shift left 7 times, you end up with 7 zeros. And then you do an AND operation with 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Because I want to add this to the right. So I make it bigger so I can append this at the left, on the right. Right? And on the chat, you can actually see people getting confused because shifting is actually confusing. And all of you are actually pretty bad at binary despite you being in computer science in Monash, which is very worrying. So it's okay. I taught you both. Right? Introducing byte array and bit array. Both you can use in your assignment. But in my personal opinion, byte array is native. Bit array you need to install PyPy. So my recommendation is to use byte array because you don't need to install any library. But byte array only accept everything in byte. So what you can do is, right, Python byte array. Ta-da! Right. So now it allows you to output your file as well. I believe there's a function to output your file. Right. So I let you figure it out, but yeah. Just use byte array. Right. You can reverse, you can append. Right. You don't need to worry about shifting anymore. Right. You can already append stuff. Right. You can even insert. Okay, so I let you figure out how to use it on yourself, okay? Right. So you can actually find a bunch of stuff. Right. Give so one. I remember there's actually a good examples. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, just use byte array. Look at byte array is actually a list of bytes. So what you can do is, right, to actually play with a variable. Your variable, each time it goes beyond 8 bit or 1 byte, you append into the byte array. So as you process from left to right, you just append. Sounds easy, right? Bit array is even easier, right? So bit array is actually an array of bits. Right, so bit array is actually easier compared to byte array, but the problem is you need to install a library, right? And yes, it does accept bit string. So what you can do, right, is to not actually operate it. I'm not even sure if I should say this. Why am I? Right. You process in blocks of bit string, but you output it into byte array or bit array. Does that make sense? And you should still get full marks. Yeah, because it doesn't need to be full binary. I repeat, it doesn't need to be full binary. But make sure when you save it in binary. Right? Yeah, because when you operate, you can process it as a bit string. But once you finish processing the bit string, quickly output it into a bit array or byte array and delete your string. Right? Because you want to clear the memory. The bit string is the one using memory. But since if you're processing it one by one, right? Process the bit string, output the bit string into an actual binary, delete the bit string, process a new bit string, output it, you're totally fine, right? Only if you have one long bit string, it's bad for you. Is this right here? And it actually support every other operation as well. Right? It supports 12 bitwise operation. You can append, right? You can read in from bytes. And I believe you can control the buffer and stuff. It's very flexible. I will assume so. I know I F it up. And I know a lot of the Australia ones have it as well. And if there's any problem, and if you want to ask me, I will just say like you need bye-bye. Since embassy is in last semester assignment, I will assume so as well. I will assume your marker will already have it. Right. Again, my personal recommendation is byte array. My personal recommendation is byte array. Right. This is the one that Ian approved. And this is faster, by the way. Byte array is actually faster. Right. But if I want to use bit array, the choice is yours. Right. So what you want to do is want to process block by block. Right. In other words, when I need you to encode 3 numbers, you go process 3 numbers, only show it into your byte array or your bit array. Process 1 number, show it into your byte array or bit array. Process the second number, show it in. Clear? Is this right here? Right. I need to be very, very clear because I see people who keep everything as a long bit string, only show it into a byte array at the end, and they say, see, I have a byte array, give me marks. And no, you won't get your marks, right? Because your memory usage is so high that I run out of memory on my machine. Okay, technically it's not my machine, but if your Michael's laptop probably have 8 gigabytes only, maybe, then you can run out of memory, right? So, right, it's the same as here, right? Process 1 block, output into your bit array. Process the other one, bit array. Process the other one, bit array. Process the other one, bit array. Right? This is 1 block. 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 Every component is 1 block. Right? In other words, your bit string get me a minimal. Don't need to process in pure binary unless you're a class above. Right? Which is faster? Of course, pure binary is faster. But when you want to debug in pure binary, you vomit blood. Right? And someone will implement this in pure binary, I vomit blood when I try to debug. And I'm very sure your marker may have not implemented it in binary as well. So it's going to make your marker difficult to debug your code to give you additional marks. So if I'm the one marking, I will want you to go in binary. But since I'm not the one marking, do it in bit string. Here? Right? And feel free to discuss and share with each other about byte array and bit array. Right? I will not be involved in it, but this is my recommendation. And it will also help you output into your file, right? When you write byte arrays into files, it's actually much easier compared to bit arrays. Okay, it's easier to read and write files in byte array, and that is the reason why I prefer byte arrays. Okay, so just a quick survey maybe. Okay, byte array or bit array? Byte, bit. That's a quick survey. Also remember bit array is actually an external library, and one of my biggest concern is it may be a different version. Right. So I actually have multiple Python environment last time where I marked for different versions. Because there are some people who decided to download one of the oldest version of PyPy. Go ask me why, but there are actually a few people. Right. So okay. Majority is byte array, and byte array is built in Python by default. Right. So Python, wait, I don't need this because I got GitHub Copilot. Right. Okay, let's say my encode equals to 0. Right. Create a byte array object. Okay. Convert a string to byte array. Hello. Okay. Oh, it even auto complete for me. Right. So here's your bump which we are putting 8 by 8. Are you guys afraid of your jobs agreeing in the future because of this? You shouldn't, because as Raymond actually say, if you're afraid about this replacing you, right, it means you suck, right? And it was his podcast with Sam Altman of OpenAI. So if you live in Bushong and you start in traffic jam, right? Sam Altman, right?
Monday.com makes GANs.
Oh my God. Advertisement.
Great again.
Right. And you shouldn't be afraid of this, right? Sam explanation is the world, if you can go 10 times faster, the world will prefer to have 10 times more code than to fire 9 of you. So you should never be replaced, right? So make sure, right, it is a very, very useful tool. It's a very, very useful tool. But again, make sure you know how to create your form. So, in other words, you're a form developer, I guess. Right. And you realize you still need to know byte array is a king, right? Why I can go off this king is because I know byte array is a king, right? And if you go check TPK, you can actually enable system mode, right? Where you can actually go into developer mode and stuff, which change a lot of stuff. So if you listen to the podcast, it actually explains it like it's a really good podcast in my opinion, right? So you shouldn't be afraid. Feel free to make use of this, but my plea to all of you, right? My plea to you, please, for the love of God, right? Go use the same variable, everyone. Please, please, please. Right? The thing that I'm afraid is all of you use the same form and you mess everything up. Okay? Right. So this is how you write it onto your file. Because your file in memory is bytes, right? If you do it in bit array, it's a bit more difficult, right? Create a bit array object. Okay. Okay. Family, this is new. Array 455. So pull out F5 and that's all about alias. Okay. Empathy. Okay. So I forget to cover the binary stuff. One of the things which you need to know in your final exam is both is examinable in your final exam, right? Both is actually actually examinable in your final exam. But let's say if it doesn't come out in your assignment, right? You can bet one of it is coming out for sure. Which you prefer, lz77 or lzss? Okay. Both is actually very similar, but what I need to remind you is, you see this 0 and 1, they are actually bits, right? So I need to be very clear, the 0 and 1 are bits. Okay, offset and length, right? 0 is bit, offset and length are alias, character is argument. Right, so this is how you combine everything up. Is this part also clear? So what usually happens in your exam is, should your exam be in binary, in your opinion? Will your exam ask you to write this in binary? No, right? Your exam will ask you to write it in such a form. Only your assignment, which shouldn't be coming out, will be here. In your exam, right, you write in such a form only. Here? Right, so you do not need to worry about binary. And it makes sense because we will ask you to memorize the ASCII for every character, right? Previous SEM was LZSS, and then one semester was 77, and then was SS. And we always swap. Okay, now you should be very happy that it's not part of your assignment, because the concept is you have the search and you have the load A, right? So for example, what happened in number sieve is, if I were to give you a string over here, right? What happened is, for example, here, this is your search, right? So let me go here. This is your search. And then let's use this color. This is your load A. Right? And usually this is what we call your entire window. Okay? Now, how can you find the longest substring here that is the same as a prefix? So it's actually the algorithm. But when it was part of your assignment, right? What most people do was they will actually slice it, right? They will actually slice this part. So what they do is they will go load A, right? Terminal search. But they need to slice it. And is this efficient? No. So when it was in the assignment, right? Yeah, Z algo have to be the following: string, right? And then this is the load A, start, load A, and search start and search end. So your Z algo actually uses the original string and move around. I know a lot of you will have submitted your assignment one, but you will be penalized if you use slicing. Right, from the discussion last week. Right, it should only be a small penalty. I believe a 0.25 penalty only. Right. So, but for here, right, you may lose more. The reason is because it will run very, very slow. Okay, so here you need your Z algorithm. Okay, entire process uses Z algo, right? Naive way is slicing plus concat. Smart way is Z algo, right? You get the thing, load A index, search index, right? And then you do it efficiently. Besides that, I don't think there's anything else I need to cover. Right, your encoding process is the same as what I showed you in the Hegel, right? Same concept as the Hegel is the same, right? So if you remember here, right, you have the number of blocks, right? 5 because I got 5 blocks. Remember? So for, oops, my bad. So for Hegel of Huffman, right? You have 5. We scale you have 5 blocks, right? For Lambert sieve, it's the same, right? Lambert sieve is the same concept. So what happened is, right? Number 1, encode number of blocks, right? So each one of these is a block. Okay, and then encode each block. That's all it. So it's the same concept, right? If I have a total of, let's say, 50 blocks, I will encode the number of blocks in layers of 50, and then followed by encoding of 50 blocks. Exactly the same concept. Is this one also clear? Okay, and here I want to highlight, if you use byte array or bit array, it is easy, right? I know if you slice, you won't get output marks as well because it is too slow. Right? It'll be very, very slow. Imagine you're slicing 1 gigabyte worth of bits. Right? You won't get the output at all. Okay? And your input files are usually very large files. Okay, I think pretty much I've already covered everything which I wanted to cover, especially from a programming point of view. I believe Lambda-Sieve should not be examinable. No. Lambda-Sieve is not in your assignment, but definitely coming out in your final exam, right? But it will not be asked from a programming point of view. It will just be asked for you to go it manually, right? And please remember, when you go it manually, you want to go it step by step, okay? Right? So one of the ways you can write your answer is actually in the following form. Right. So assuming if I use Voodoo Wolo, this is how you write it. This is how you type it in your exam. Okay. Okay. Yes, I recommend having the separation. Right. So this is lz77 or lz77. Right, it's 77. So here will be 00W, 00O, 11L. 1 to the left, length of 1, L. Right, and then here will be 11O. Wait. Right, so 1, copy the L and followed by the O and stuff. One very popular street basket. Right. Maybe I cut here. Can length be greater than offset? In your opinion? Good alphabets to the left, but I want a length of 7. Right? You actually can. So when this actually occur, right? What happens if I example AB? Right. So let's say the offset is 2 and the length is, let's say, 5. Let's say SY. So if the offset of 2 means what? Offset of 2 means what? I'm looking at AB. So here I will add in AB. What about the other 3 alphabet? A, B, should I go back here? No, right. You are just following AB again, but you realize what happened is you just follow, right? Okay, go at a length of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so you just keep going. You don't even need to look in front. Your index keep on +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. Is this part here? So your length can be greater than your offset. Right, one of the most common mistake. I've seen people will go get it actually go from the side. It's not. Okay. So yes. Yes. Just continue moving. Okay, I think I've covered everything. 2 more minutes. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? I believe the marking for your assignment will only begin in week over the semester break, and follow up probably need I'm not sure how long it need to mark. It was marking a bit slow last semester because it was his first time. So this semester should be fast. But this semester we have 170 students, which is last semester I think only have 40 maybe, I'm not sure. So it's 4 times more. But I think there should be someone to help out with the marking. Yeah. You know, last semester was very small. You usually avoid taking 3155 in semester 2 because of theory of computation and programming paradigm and parallel computing. You usually get it in semester 1. I'm not sure because I believe you should have someone to help with the marking. But since I'm not involved, I can actually share because I was the coordinator. So I still have access to the spreadsheet. Oh, it's not Grace, but it's someone else. It's not Grace, but it's someone else. It will not be me. My agreement to help with the technical share is I do not want to mark. Some units Kraken help to mark, yes, but Kraken used to be very happy because they can claim money. Now they cannot claim money anymore. So they will not be so happy to help you mark. And Monash Australia is losing money. Monash Malaysia is making money. FIT Go 4, they are happy to mark the Malaysia exam. It's because a lot of the questions are MCQ. So they could not have enough kids to mark to make money. So they are happy to mark the Malaysia one. But in return, I'm actually helping them to remark the Australia one. So it was the trade-off. Right. Monash Malaysia is making money, so we are fine, right? If possible, get no, they will get money if they mark Australia, but they won't get money if they mark Malaysia. Because the number of hours is based on the number of students in the campus. Okay. Is there a best encoding method of all? Actually, none. It depends on the input. You will realize, right? It's possible for your encoding to be bigger than the input file. The other concept about encoding and compression is to recognize patterns and use the pattern to repeat itself. So that's how you save the bits. But if your input file doesn't have any pattern, right, you actually use more memory. You don't believe me, after you implement your assignment, you try to encode a string of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, until Z, right? You will have it. Arun was the one who revamped FIT Go for last time. So my first encounter with him was FIT Go 4, when he was the course director of computer science. So that's why, like, everything is well met. Okay, I think that's all. I know you have another assignment due. Someone told me it's FIT 3077, is it? Wait, if you're taking FIT 3077, 3055 is not a core unit, ma? Oh well. Thôi thì cái gì kìa. Các bạn. Zip actually have their own approach as well. So your BWT is bzip, right? So each of the zip actually have their own approach. So your gzip, your 7-zip, each one of them is a different zip. Your raw as well also is a different zip. Everything is a different zip. And there's no best one. But if you're using software, if you're talking about downloading a program, please download 7-zip. Right, WinRAR is actually pretty shaky. Right, 7-zip is superior. And then if you're on Windows, you combine 7-zip with 9-zip. It's very, that's all you need. If you are on Windows, right? Okay, I think it's very useful. Of course, it will actually be an option here. So 7-zip plus 9-zip. Okay, I think pretty much that's all. There's no more question. Okay, all the best. Have a good semester break. And hope after the assignment is out, you will actually laugh at yourself at how easy it is. Right? Rest assured, the worst is already over. Assignment 1 is over. I'm not sure, but I hope it will be released on Friday or over the weekend. Right? Yep. Okay. Yeah. We are trying to release before the midterm break so you can work in your midterm break. Right. So good luck, have fun. The one with FIP, have fun. Right. FIP is one of the worst unit ever, in my opinion. Right. It's just writing report. It's just reports and reports and reports and making fun. Oh well. All the best. Bye bye.